Hey guys, Kiwi here. Welcome back to another Walking Dead breakdown, and in this video I'll be discussing the leader of the Hilltop, Gregory, along with his actions in episode 709 and where he stands in this entire situation currently going on with the show. Warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to the most recent episode, the mid-season premiere for season 7, and let's jump right into it. We start with Gregory immediately denying any continuation of affiliation with Alexandria, not beating around the bush whatsoever. Gregory explains that their deal involved Rick's group taking out the Saviors, and since they've failed, any arrangement between them is over.
You people swore you could take the Saviors out, and you failed. So any arrangement we had is now done, null and void. Huh?
He continues to mention that not only is their arrangement over, he doesn't want Hilltop to have any sort of involvement with Alexandria whatsoever, ever again. In fact, he actually wants to even push it so far as to pretend that they've never even met.
We aren't trade partners, we aren't friends, and we never met. We don't know each other.
Since the plan has gone south, Gregory wants to get the heck out of Dodge while he still can. Basically, Gregory's main concern here is saving his own ass and covering his tracks. He doesn't want to possibly mess up anything he has going on with the Saviors, as he's obviously too much of a coward to be a true leader, and instead does whatever he can to avoid conflict of any sort. And if Negan finds out that Hilltop is even aware of Alexandria, let alone allies, it could lead to a serious fire being lit under Gregory's ass, and that's exactly what he's trying to avoid. Gregory's loyalty lies in whatever option benefits his personal safety, showing that he should honestly be considered a wild card. This actually relates back to the discussion that Maggie and Sasha had about him during 705. Sasha initially calls him an idiot, but Maggie corrects her, saying that he's a coward, which is even more dangerous.
Now what? Maybe we stay. What can Gregory do? He's in charge. He's an idiot. He's a coward. They're more dangerous.
But back to the matter at hand. Gregory continues to tell everyone that he doesn't owe them anything, even pushing as far to say that they might owe him for keeping Maggie and Sasha here secretly from the Saviors back in 705. And so this is just complete bullshit, as he actually tried giving them up, for those of you who remember, but he chose the wrong damn closet. All this does is make everyone roll their eyes as Jesus calls him out, making fun of him for hiding in the Barrington house while Maggie and Sasha saved his community for him. This causes Gregory to question Jesus, mentioning that they should be on the same side. And this is actually really funny to point out in my opinion, because the more and more we see Gregory and Jesus together, the more we actually see them standing off as Jesus finally starts to get fed up with him, telling him that enough is enough. This isn't the first time we've seen this, and it certainly won't be the last. Anyways, we have a few of Rick's lines from the Season 7B trailers as he tells Gregory that they started this together, that it's not over, and that they will win at the end of it.
Gregory, we already started this.
You started.
We did, and we're gonna win.
He also questions Gregory, asking him if living under the reign of Negan is really what he wants, and what he considers best for his people.
These are killers.
Is this how you want to live? Under their thumb, killing your people?
All Gregory has to say to this is that he should just cut your losses and move forward, as he mentions that you can't always choose how you live.
Sometimes we don't get to choose what our life looks like. Sometimes, Ricky, you have to count the blessings you have.
And this is just another excuse for Gregory to play as he continuously attempts to deter Rick's motives on keeping their alliance. Maggie then asks Gregory how many fighters he can willingly spare, to which he tells her that he doesn't even know how many people they have.
How many people here can fight?
I don't even know how many people we have. Margaret?
This is freaking ridiculous, and it just honestly shows how shit of a leader Gregory is, as he can't even be bothered to learn who his people really are, what they're about, or even how many of them there are. And so he continues to mention that his people are farmers at best, not capable or willing to fight whatsoever, completely undercutting them and underselling them due to the simple fact that he doesn't want to give any fighters anyways, even if he had some.
And does it even matter? What are you gonna do? Start a platoon of sorghum farmers? Because that's what we got. They grow things. They're not gonna want to fight.
Tara denies this claim, stating that when people are presented with an opportunity to do the right thing or resolve an issue in their lives, that they're more than likely to stand up to the challenge and accomplish it. And we'll get back to that in a moment, but for now, she gets rudely interrupted by Gregory, telling her to chill out before she breaks into song and dance.
You're wrong. When people have the chance to do the right thing, they usually step up. I mean, people just...
Let me stop you before you break into song, okay?
My reaction is about the same as Tara's, as I can only imagine the level of frustration going through our survivors during this meeting. Gregory then poses the question of who would even train this hypothetical army of farmers, and gets quite a hilarious response from our heroes.
And, by the way, who would train all this cannon fodder?
I will.
Rhetorical, okay? I don't want to know. I never want to hear another word about any of it, ever.
As Gregory responds with irritation, he clearly states once again that he doesn't want anything to do with it, and he wants to be left out of any future involvement as he won't be able to sleep at night worrying about being caught scheming behind Negan's back. Rick is shown to be the truly irritated one here as he demands to know the answer to a simple yes or no question, whether or not Gregory even believes that life would be better without the saviors.
Would we be better off without the saviors? Yes or no?
Yeah, sure, okay.
As he responds saying sure, Michonne takes over asking him what he'll do about this problem. Gregory corrects her by saying that she's the one trying to say there's a problem, not him. He'll walk around every obstacle he can as he constantly avoids any sort of acknowledgement of conspiring against the saviors. He's not particularly against them trying to do something as long as they keep him out of it so he can't be held responsible. And as he says, anything that happens out of his purview stays out of his purview.
And what happens outside of my purview is outside of my purview.
Daryl hears this and essentially calls Gregory out for speaking out of his ass, and so Gregory concludes this awful meeting by continuing to imply that he's going to act like this all never happened, making this all seem completely useless, at least until they meet up with Enid in the main hall shortly after. Enid mentions that she has something to show them, leading them outside to the front entrance to meet a number of residents from the hilltop that she's gathered together. While Rick and group were inside arguing with Gregory, Enid decided to go around herself and ask the folks who live at the hilltop if they'd be interested at all in retaliating against the saviors. This continues the idea of the members of the hilltop colony falling in line under Maggie and Sasha after the excellent display of leadership that they showed off during 705 saving the hilltop, while Gregory did the exact opposite. And now I'll get more into that during a future video, but right now I'd like to focus on how it turns out that Tara was right, and quite a handful of people are already on board with the idea of standing up against Negan. All they want to know is if they could even stand a chance or not. Maggie assures them that she believes that they'll win, bringing them the confidence that they need as they trust Maggie's word. So this pretty much concludes my breakdown of Gregory, along with my opinions of how the Hilltop stands in the march toward during the beginning of Season 7B. Look out for my full review of the episode up on the channel very soon, along with another video focusing more on comparing it to the comics, predicting what may happen next on the show. If you've enjoyed anything I've said today, feel free to hit that thumbs up button on my video as I always appreciate the support. And if you have anything you'd like to add to the subject or even suggest future things for me to talk about, leave it down in the comments section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.